So Aston Villa 2, bad evening for them. Arsenal 4. Kenny, that was hard going. We got the job done in the end. Emi Martinez, everyone's going to laugh and take the mick out of him. Unlucky for him, but great for us that he headed that in for us. And then obviously went up the other end for a corner. We broke and killed the game. But what did you make of that overall? Because we made hard work of that today, mate.
Well, it's one of those things where, fortune favours the brave. There was loads of instances where you could say it was the good, the bad, the ugly. Let's start with the ugly, the goal. Pathetic, in terms of like the way first we lose the ball, Matty Cash makes a great challenge, and then crossfield pass, and Saliba has all day long to study that. You did the right, if you stop someone from getting on their right foot, their strong foot, that's all well and good, but you've got to do it quickly. You've got to be quick with your movement. You can't just give him enough time, because Watkins' his first touch gets it out his feet, boom, in the goal. And then we score a very good goal. And then we get done again. Benjamin White gets done again. And then after that, it's like you're thinking, you know what? Villa are not playing with this kind of intensity. They're not getting in their faces. They're trying to leave us a lot of space. We can win this, but the finishing from Eddie Nketiah has to be addressed now, because it's not just me. All right? It's, if you go on social media, or you speak to any Arsenal fans that I spoke to on the phone after the game, it's not working. We won in spite of Eddie Nketiah. If Eddie Nketiah had his shooting boots on, we win this a lot comfortably. There's less heart attacks, less palpitations, blood sugars and blood pressures rising. That has to be addressed. The fact, but everyone's going to look at the positives and think, yeah, we won 4-2. What is he explaining about? Well, you have to watch that game, right? That scoreline, doesn't give that justice. The BBC, as we speak, already sent out a report and said that Arsenal dropped points today, and they did that in the 93rd minute before we scored. So if you go to the BBC website, it will show that we dropped points. That's how we won the game, through, fortune favours the brave. Emi Martinez gave us enough, because of his time wasting, gave us enough time, injury time, to, win the game. And he made a couple of mistakes. One unlucky, one where he was just overzealous. But the fact is, that's the kind of football, kind of luck you need if you want to win the title. Because let's face it, we had a lot of possession, but for 80% of the time, we weren't hurting Villa. There's only parts of the second half, and we weren't getting behind them. And there was a bit of last ditch defending. I want to say, Bukayo Saka, well done, son. Man of the match. Got a lot of respect for you. Benjamin White, respect you.
I thought he was brilliant. I thought he was good today. Really good.
Let's cut through, like all the debris. You annoyed me for the second goal, but after that, you redeemed yourself and you really played really well. And after that, by you playing well for me, that put you up my estimation, because the day, it's respect. It wasn't your performance that I respected from Benjamin White. It's the fact that he got it out of his head and he kept going. So that I'll give him a lot of respect. Zinchenko as well. He's got my respect as well, because for Zinchenko, for him to give the ball away and then keep on going, scoring that second goal, but keep on trying to show what he's made of. Got respect for him, and that's where I regained a bit of respect for certain players. Certain players are still annoying me. I wasn't too happy with Granit Xhaka. I thought that Granit Xhaka got pressed out of the game, and he deservedly got booked. Odegaard, another player that I've got with respect, because he struggled for a bit. Got a bit of a kick, but he kept on going. That's respect. And that's what you're going to need, because let me tell you something now. We're not playing the flowing football that we were playing before the World Cup, where we were playing that flowing, fast, intense football. Physically, we can't do it. We haven't got enough players to rotate. But mentally, we kept on going. And that's where, the players got my respect. But let's not, sugarcoat this. There was some horrible stuff. Defensively, at times, Gabriel and Saliba were poor. At times, Zinchenko was giving them enough space. I mean, Aaron Ramsdale as well. Got to give him a bit of respect. 2-2, he matched that brilliant save from Bailey. Villa scored that. Who knows what's happened? So, again, there were so many moments that you talk about. If you were to get a video of the game and you said to someone, right, I ain't going to tell you the score, just watch it. They'll come out thinking, you know what, that scoreline was very, very unlucky on Villa. But, you know, I'm an Arsenal fan and I'm in the results business. And let's face it, after the rubbish we've seen before in terms of like, not you know, like I said, poor performances, but individual errors. You need that.
Again, another game that Thomas Partey's missed. That's getting a bit of a concern for me because like, we don't even know what the injury is. Apparently, it's a muscular problem. What does that mean? Which muscle is it? Like, it's all very hush, hush. Yeah, and the thing is, today, I thought they run through us in the first half. They were just bypassing our midfield, comfortable. Second half, not so much, but there were still times where they were just like getting through way too easily. And when Thomas Partey isn't there, mate, it is a big issue for us. I think also another big issue.
There's a remedy for that as well, because, you know, a lot of people are going to say, well, without that, Jorginho can't, like I said, plug that gap from Partey. He can't, you know, protect the back four. He can't start our moves. But hang on here. Jorginho wasn't the issue today. I thought Jorginho played really well. I'm not talking about the fact that he scored that, you know, fortuitous winner. But the fact is, he kept it ticking over. He did his job. The player who's off form is Granit Xhaka. So you could argue that when Thomas is fully fit, you say, well, Jorginho, you can start alongside Thomas and Odegaard, because let's face it, Jorginho has done enough to keep his place. The player that you know is a casualty. You talk about a Man City performance and parts of Villa performance is Granit. Now that's you can't ignore that. Now Granit has had a fantastic start to the season. Pre-World Cup, he was playing fantastically well. Performances were 7 and not 8 or 9s. But when we're in a situation where teams are getting in amongst us, he's struggling. That's just a fact. It's not personal. It's a fact. So, you know, Jorginho is not the reason why we struggle today. It's Granit who's off form why we struggle today. Jorginho's done his job, and people need to look at that. And people, again, you know, if you want to look at, you know, other issues, poor old Kieran Tierney, innit? Someone put on social media that Kieran Tierney's been reduced to Rob Holding levels.
Yeah, it is.
He has to a certain extent, because even though with Zinchenko, you know what you're going to get. You know that off the ball, if he doesn't play an orthodox left back, we're going to struggle. He's going to struggle. So again, my situation is regarding that team is that you're going to see a lot more performances like this. You're going to see us winning, if we keep on winning, with goals like the last 2 goals. But you know what? We've got to keep on kicking. Because you know what? Man City are going nowhere. We can't get ourselves in a situation where if Man City are in front, they're not going to be caught. History shows they can't be caught. Liverpool were even a point behind Man City, and every time Liverpool won, Man City responded with a victory. Last season, Liverpool were 2 points behind. Every time Liverpool won, Man City responded. So you know that, you know, the onus is that at all times you can't let Man City get in behind. So enjoy this win, and then you need to go and look at Leicester and do the same sort of thing, and Everton do the same thing, and take it into the business side of the season, because you don't want to be in a situation where we're neck and neck or point behind and we go to the Etihad and they turn us over.
So, I've got their game on now. They're all over Forest, but it's currently 0-0 with 28 minutes gone. So yeah, that's good. One other thing I wanted to ask as well is Zinchenko. I know his role is to play anywhere but left back, which is kind of funny. It is. He's everywhere. I know that's his role in the team.
By yourself.
But do you think that because I mean Trossard weren't in the game today, really. I didn't really see him doing much. And the thing is, Zinchenko don't get round the back of the player, don't overlap and all of that. It's always inside. Now, I feel there's somewhere we need to sort that out, mate. You can't keep coming in every single time you get the ball. I know he's being told to do that, but we need to find another way. Otherwise, the left wing is isolated. It's just irrelevant. Doesn't matter whether it's Martinelli, doesn't matter whether it's Trossard. And then not only that, on the counter-attack, if you play a quick ball over the top, yeah, he's way out of position. And then you've got everyone shuffling over, which causes an overload at the back stick as well. Yeah, and in the last couple of games, that's highlighted. and that's why we've been so poor defensively, I think, because he's everywhere but where he should be. And for me, I think that's going to be a problem against better teams.
Well, the thing about it is that, you know, Leicester are now back in form now, arguably. Also, they've got a very good, difficult game at Old Trafford. I expect them probably to fall short, but I expect them to, you know, give Man United a few bloody noses and win a few of the, you know, the rounds. But when it gets to Championship rounds, I expect Man United to win. But when they come to get us at home, that's going to be another test, because they're a team that stretches players, especially with Ashley Barnes in the side. So again, it's another test where the Zinchenko situation is something that will cause us a bit of concern, because again, you know, you can't have it one way. You've got to be able to coach the guy into saying, right, this is what we're going to be doing. We are going to have a lot of possession, but there's going to be times on a turnover when I'm going to need you to get out there. Because simple reasons that a lot of times when Zinchenko is playing inverted, he's playing so far ahead of our defence that what's happening is they're getting an extra man. That's something you've got to address. Now, with Kieran Tierney's side, it's rarely going to happen. But the thing is, by bringing Kieran into the team, with the way we're playing at the moment, you're taking away from our extra man in midfield. But again, you have to have a different way of playing when we're struggling. And I think today, it's one of those games where we had our chances. We didn't take them. Eddie was like wasteful. He's going to get a lot of criticism. I can't, you know, defend him in any way whatsoever. He has to take on the chin because, you know, he knows he should put his chance away. We made some really bad errors defensively for both fullbacks and centre halves, but we've got a situation there coming into these games. Team's not going to be like Villa. You know, Villa played really well, but physically, they weren't able to stay with us. Physically, they weren't getting in our faces and gave us too much space. We may not get that next week, and that is the areas where you're right. We've got to look at Zinchenko's contribution off the ball, and we need to get that addressed. You know, that's something that needs to, if Zinchenko can't do that, then you've got to get Tenny in the team who's going to give us that, because there has to be a plan B, not a plan A.
Facts. And on that bombshell, we're out of here, people. Make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972 on Insta. Laters.